the most used drug in the world. Many people are able to use it responsibly, but there are others who have become so dependent on the drug in order to function that they have become classified as alcoholics. Alcoholics suffer from alcoholism. The difference between the two is that alcoholism is an illness, while alcoholics are people. In 2012, there were currently around 15 million people who suffer from alcohol dependency or abuse in the United States alone. There is, in fact, a difference between alcohol dependency and abuse. Dependency is when a person has withdrawals and is unable to control their consumption, while abuse is when alcohol interferes in major obligations such as family, work, school, and it becomes the center of a person's life. Some statistics dealing with overconsumption of alcohol are that it causes 20 to 30% of esophageal cancer, liver cancer, homicide, epilepsy, and motor vehicle accidents. It also increases the risk of throat cancer by 70%, colon cancer by 80%, lung cancer by 50%, and high blood pressure by 100%. Alcoholism also leads to an increased risk for sexually transmitted diseases. Also, drinking while pregnant may lead to birth defects to the child, such as fetal alcohol syndrome. There is a theory that alcoholism is part of us and can be found in our genes, but that has never been proven or disproved. There have been studies, however, involving identical twins that show that the likelihood that both would suffer from alcoholism is greater than that of non-identical twins. There is also a study that the age of people suffering from alcoholism has lowered because alcohol has become so easy to access, and young teenagers and adults are uneducated about the facts and proper habits while drinking. Many people are more prone to alcoholism if they are under peer pressure to drink, suffer from depression, anxiety disorder, or are bipolar. They may also rely on alcohol if a person has low self-esteem, trouble at home, or in a relationship, or simply living a stressful lifestyle and has made alcohol their choice of escape. The reason why I chose this topic of alcoholism is because I had an uncle who suffered from alcoholism. His choice eventually cost him his family and his life. This topic is important to me because I wanted to give some insight to the harmful effects that alcohol can have on people when it is used improperly and when people are uneducated about the proper and healthy habits of drinking. I wanted to help educate my peers and let them know that although alcohol is used for recreational activities, it doesn't have to be the center of fun. I picked the song Whiskey Lullaby by Brad Paisley featuring Alison Krauss because in the music video, it shows that because of a decision that the woman has made, her ex-boyfriend depended on alcohol to suppress his memory of her. He eventually killed himself, and the song goes into how she blamed herself for his death. She truly loved him and could not stop thinking of him. She eventually turned to alcohol as well to escape from her guilt and his memory. In the end, she kills herself while under the influence. The music video shows that alcohol is no proper way to deal with any difficult situation. It also shows that because of their drinking problems, they ended their lives just like my uncle did. The first verse is, she put him out like the burning end of a midnight cigarette. She broke his heart and he spent his whole life trying to forget. We watched him drink his pain away a little at a time, but he never could get drunk enough to get her off his mind. Until the night, he put that bottle to his head and pulled the trigger. I transferred this as she disappointed him beyond belief, and he never thought she would do that. She broke his heart, and he spent the rest of his life trying to forget about her. His family and friends watched him drink in order to forget about her until the night he put a gun to his head and killed himself. And finally drank away her memory. Life is short, but this time it was bigger than the strength he had to get up off his knees. We found him with his face down in the pillow with a note that said, "I'll love her till I die." And when we buried him beneath the willow, the angel sang a whiskey lullaby. Obstacles in life can come and go, but when she broke his heart, it was too much pain for him to bear. His friends found him with his face down in the pillow with a note that said, "I'll love her till I die." They buried him beside a willow tree, and the angel sang a sad song for him. Rumors flew, but nobody knew how much she blamed herself. For years and years, she tried to hide the whiskey on her breath. Many people talked about her after his death, but they never knew how much she blamed herself for his death. For years, she tried to hide the whiskey on her breath. She finally drank away her pain a little at a time, but she never could get drunk enough to get her off her mind. For many years, she tried to hide the fact that she drank whiskey. She drank, but she could never forget. She finally put a gun to her head and killed herself. Life has many obstacles that come and go, but when she broke his heart, she had too much guilt and finally killed herself. Her friends found her with her face down on a pillow while she held a picture of him in her hand. They buried her next to him, next to the willow, while the angels sang a sad song in their memory.
Very good. Thank you.